A tragic discovery on university property. What officials found lying in the woods.
President Trump orders an attack on a Syrian airbase. The response from your Arkansas senator.
And one department brings distinguished professionals to campus. We'll tell you why and how long they're here. UATV starts right now. Welcome to UATV News at 7. I'm Chandler Carson.
And I'm Destiny Washington. Thanks for joining us. A body found on U of A property has been sent to the Arkansas Crime Lab after it was discovered yesterday morning. Emergency services have responded to multiple incidents at the same area over the past few months. UATV's Andrew Epperson is live at the scene with more details. Andrew?
Well, that's right, Destiny. I'm in the wooded area where the body was found at around 7:30 yesterday morning. Now, police have responded to incidents here 8 times since July 2016, and this seems to be a hotbed for activity when it comes to police responses. The wooded area near South School Avenue and West 19th Street in Fayetteville has been a hotbed for incidents involving the homeless community. The land is undeveloped property owned by the university. But UAPD officer Derry Crane says students shouldn't be any more worried following the body being found April 9th.
There's no trauma or anything to the body, and it does not appear there's any foul play involved.
Emergency services responded to a fire in the area just a few weeks ago, and there have been other deaths in the same area. One of the homeless citizens who lives in the camp, Cody McConnell, says sirens are a frequent sound in the vicinity.
Yeah, it's actually the second time within, 3 or 4 months that something's happened. I don't remember the guy's last name, fella John, just right over here. Tent burned up on him in the middle of the night, knocked his candle over or something, I don't know.
But Crane says police can't constantly patrol the area, which is under UAPD jurisdiction.
Well, that area, of course, is far removed from campus. It is a place where people go and put tents. So we will have patrol going by there, but again, that's not a place where you can have constant patrol.
The land is for sale, and those interested in buying it can call the university. Now, the woman has not yet been identified, and police are still reaching out to potential family members and friends to figure out just who this woman was and why she was homeless and why she ended up dying. Back to you at the Destiny.
We will keep you updated as more information comes to light.
Officials have just released the cause of a death of a local woman whose body was found with a dead child back in November. What you're looking at right now is where the 2 bodies were originally found near Lookout Tower Road in Siloam Springs. Officials say the woman's death was caused by a mix of methamphetamine and hypothermia. Medical expert for the Stockton Medical Group, Leanna Johnston, says the addictive properties of meth could drive someone to extreme measures, even death.
There's certain things that we are born and created to do, eat, sleep, just our natural drives. Drugs change all of that. It makes that number 1.
The cause of her 22-month-old's death is still undetermined.
Right now, we're seeing a lot happening around the world.
From the airstrikes and Russia pledging alliance with Syria, it's a lot to keep up with.
UATV's world anchor, Maisie Vinson, is live with us in the studio with an in-depth look at what's going on. Maisie?
Well, guys, the attacks on Syria last week left a wake of bodies with over 80 killed and dozens more injured. On Saturday, President Trump ordered a missile strike of 59 Towahawk warheads. The missiles were directed to the Syrian air base allegedly responsible for the chemical attacks. Tomahawk cruise missiles were the first used in 1991 in Operation Desert Storm. They are over 20 feet long and have a range of up to 1,500 miles. The warheads relaunch from the sea and travel close to the ground at speeds of 550 miles per hour to avoid radar. Arkansas Senator John Bozeman calls Trump's recently ordered missile strike very appropriate. Bozeman made the comment, "I think this was very appropriate. I think it sends a message to Syria, the Russians, and also the North Koreans that the president is serious." With his statement, the Arkansas Republican joins a group of other congressional leaders in D.C. who support Trump's actions. An already wounded city in Syria attack again this weekend. Another bombing claims more lives in Khan Sheikhoun, the town hit by last week's chemical attacks. less than a day after the U.S. missile strike against the Syrian base, killing 15 civilians, including 4 children. Russia pledged to strengthen Syria's air defense and has sent an armed naval ship to the Mediterranean. Later tonight, we'll have more on what's going on in the rest of our world. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Maisie. Senators killed the pay stub bill after the Arkansas Chamber of Commerce announced that they opposed it. The bill would require employers to provide pay stubs, including pay rate and itemized deductions to employees. This would protect workers from wage theft and employers from false claims of wage theft. This was the 4th session for the bill, and efforts will continue to see it get passed.
The Ozark Regional Transit cancels one of its routes in preparation to expand. Washington County Route 620 will close due to a lack of ridership. ORT is developing a new system that will cover more of the county, including additional cities. While the new arrangement will be accessible to more people, it will also double in the cost of rider fees.
Today, the Lemke Department of Journalism kicked off their annual J-Days event. All week, local professionals will be coming to campus to talk to students and share what it's like to work in the industry.
Because if you believe in this stuff, you believe in what you're doing, you believe that what you're doing matters, it has a point, it's not just fun, you're really serving a purpose.
To see the schedule of events for the rest of the week, you can visit jdays.uark.edu.
The U of A Board of Trustees just approved a plan to revamp Pomfret Dining Hall. In addition to a physical renovation, a new theme called All You Care You Eat will be added to the menu. When the project is finished, the dining hall will be able to feed more than 1,500 residents.
Well, today started off pretty muggy, but it has ended with some really nice weather.
I know, and I sure am hoping it stays like this. Let's send it over to UATV's Lauren Jackson to see what you should expect for the rest of the week.
Well, Chandler, it looks like you can expect it to stay a little nice. Today we did feel some muggy weather in the morning, but tonight it got a lot better. With a low of 43 today, a high of 71. It looks like it's going to stay that way, and it feels 71 tonight. So it's a little cloudy, not too hot, just that perfect amount. And tomorrow it looks like it's going to be the same thing, a little cloudy, no horrible beating sun, that nice 70-degree weather. It's a little chilly, but you still feel really good outside with a low of 44 tomorrow. Wednesday, same thing. It gets a little hotter, though. It's going to be pretty sunny, not a lot of clouds, 75 with a low of 56, so that nice sunny and 75 that everybody always talks about. But unfortunately, Thursday doesn't look as great. There are going to be some thunderstorms and some rain, but it's still going to be 76 outside, so you don't have to be cold. Shouldn't be a lot of wind chill, but look out for that rain. But then hopefully the weekend looks like it's coming on the up. Friday's going to be 77, the hottest all week, and sunny with a low of 58. Hopefully it sticks towards that high. But that's about all I have for your 5-day forecast. Back to you guys.
Classroom turns into a crime scene. What happened in San Bernardino?
And the Pope becomes a businessman, why the people of Rome are thanking him. UATV will be right back.
An 8-year-old student and 2 adults are dead following a murder-suicide in a classroom at a California elementary school. The shooting happened at San Bernardino's North Park Elementary School. They say the suspect is down and there is no further threat. One father says he is relieved his son is okay.
Oh, he looked fine. I mean, you can see the distress on their face, but most of the kids were smiling. I guess they didn't know what was going on. I don't know if he knew what was going on.
San Bernardino's PD says 2 students were also hurt in the shooting. They are hospitalized and in critical condition. The death toll rose to 49 following the church bombings in Egypt. The attacks targeted the country's Christian minority on Palm Sunday. Coptic churches have been the target of attacks in the past, and ISIS, in claiming responsibility Sunday, threatened more attacks in the future. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi declared 3 days of a national mourning and a 3-month state of emergency. He issued a statement saying, in part, the attack will not undermine the resolve and true will of Egyptian people to counter the forces of evil. The U.S. is pressuring North Korea to stop its nuclear threats. U.S. defense officials say an American carrier strike group is headed toward the Korean peninsula. A strike group is a formation of Navy assets. This is not an unusual military move. The U.S. regularly deploys aircraft carriers to the Korean peninsula as a show of force. Neil Gorsuch has been sworn in as the 113th Justice of the Supreme Court. He took his official oath to become the 9th justice in a short ceremony this morning, before a public ceremony later at the White House. Gorsuch was confirmed Friday after Republicans made the historic decision to go nuclear and change Senate rules to bypass the Democrats' filibuster. Gorsuch replaces the late Antonin Scalia. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson took time off of his busy schedule to remember those killed in war. Tillerson participated in a wreath-laying ceremony in the Italian town of Santa Anna di Stazima. It was in this town where in 1944 more than 500 people were killed by Nazi forces. Tillerson is in Italy meeting with foreign ministers and will then head to Moscow on Tuesday. New York is one step away from becoming the first state to offer tuition-free college to middle-class residents. State officials reached a budget deal on Friday that includes money for the plan. Lawmakers are expected to formally approve it on Monday. The plan would cover tuition for students whose families fall below a certain income level. Pope Francis has opened a free laundromat for people needed in Rome. The facility has washers, dryers, and irons that have been donated. In the coming months, the Vatican plans to add showers, a barbershop, and medical services. This is the second facility that Francis has opened to help the poor in Rome. I'm Maisie Vincent, and that's what's happening around our world.
Critically endangered animal welcomed into Arkansas. Why it's here and where you can find it next.
And the Geosciences Department gets a new toy. We've got a reporter live on the scene to tell you more when UATV returns.
All right, so I'm here with your current temperatures right now. As you can see, Arkansas's current temperature, 68. Up here, like I said, we're feeling a 70, so roughly everything for the same state. You're going to see, obviously, it's going to get a lot colder up north. It's typical April weather for those states up there. And then down here, you're going to find some hot, a little bit hotter in Texas, the bottom of California, your typical things. You're going to see bottom of Texas gets a little 76, 70 over in that Houston, Dallas area. So everybody's getting some pretty typical April weather down south. But if you move on to my next map, so these are the averages for the heat in the month of April. So like I said, down south here, everybody, the average for April is 70. So up here, Midwest, middle, 60s. So as you can see, Arkansas is right in the average. So what you're feeling outside is what you're supposed to be feeling. We are in that average, the 70s. If you go on to my next map, these are your average lows. So the average lows for the down south is going to be the 50s, and right here in the middle, like Fayetteville, is going to be the 40s. So our average lows are what we're supposed to be feeling. So if we do get towards those lows like I was talking about earlier, it's definitely going to be normal for the month of April. And if you move on to my next map, remember I told you guys it was going to rain on Thursday. Well, this is where it's coming from. This yellow is about 3 to 5 inches of rain. So it's going to head on up, probably hit us. This is about 48, 72 hours, what is coming our way. So that's why we're going to get that rain in on Thursday. If you go to my next map, this is your dew point. This is your humidity outside. So we don't really have much humidity going on. So what you feel outside is what you feel. It's not very humid. Everyone's hair is safe. But if you go up here, it is very humid. They're getting 43s, 60s, extremely humid up in the Midwest. If you go to my next map, this is going to be your current wind and gusts and chills. So we are not experiencing much wind, also great. Down here, they're getting a little wind down in Texas, a little wind. Mostly the wind is going to be in the Midwest here. All these states are going to be getting the wind. So that's about all I have for your maps. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Lauren. A new addition to the U of A Science Department is Cutting Edge. UATV's Jody Loftus is live with more.
The Department of Geoscience did get a new tool, and it's something they've been working towards for a long time. The university, it helps with scientists at the university to deal with fossils and things like that.
Geosciences is utilizing a new tool for fossil research, the laser ablation system. This is a laser that can cut holes smaller than a human hair. The laser, coupled with the two mass spectrometers, creates unique opportunities for the scientists that use them.
The laser ablation allows us to take solid samples, i.e. glass slides or fossil chips or pottery, and using a high energy laser we can ablate, literally atomize some of the solid sample off the surface of these things.
They then use the atomized fossil and run it through the mass spectrometers. From that information, they can tell a lot about the fossils, including where and when they came from. One PhD student is working with the laser for the first time.
I'm doing part of my research here with Selena Suarez, and I'm analyzing some fossils to see basically the fossilization process.
Some are simply happy to have the equipment.
There's a lot of a variety of things that we can do with this instrument, and it's very accurate too. We got the laser that we have is a really high accuracy laser, so no, I'm really excited that we have that.
Marco's research is still ongoing, but no conclusion has been drawn from the data they've gotten yet. Live on campus, I'm Jody Loftus. Back to you, Chandler.
Thanks, Jody. The laser was funded by the National Science Foundation.
University Programs is seeing double. The twin comedian act, the Lucas Brothers, are set to hit the stage this Friday night at 7 in the Arkansas Union Verizon Ballroom. They are known for their appearances in 22 Jump Street, Arrested Development, House Party, and their own hit series, Lucas Bros Moving Company.
If you've missed your chance to reserve your Springtime Youth Festival tickets, lucky for you, it's not too late. The Headliners Concert Committee is running a second round of ticket sales on April 15th. Student tickets are free and general admission tickets cost $30.
I get a lot of texts like, it's sold out, you know, my thing crashed, what do I do? You know, so it's really stressful sometimes because you want everybody to come.
The festival is scheduled for April 29th at the Washington County Fairgrounds.
Fans and members of the U of A community are invited to the 6th Annual Hawksby Awards. The awards ceremony recognizes student athletes at the university who have excelled in certain categories. Some awards include Student Athlete of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Scholar Athlete of the Year. Ticket costs $5 for general admission and $20 for VIP.
University Recreation celebrates recreation and wellness on campus with Rec Day. Activities include wheelchair basketball, recycling contests, and inflatable gladiator jousting. Participants will also be eligible for prizes in attendance. The first 100 attendees will receive a complimentary swag bag from the University Recreation. The event will take place this Thursday from 4 to 7 in the Hyper. When we come back, we'll take a look at how the Hogs fared against LSU this weekend.
And what upcoming football game is free to the public?
Over the course of the weekend, the Diamond Hogs competed against 13th ranked LSU here at Baum Stadium. The outcome unfortunately fell in favor of the Tigers, who left the Hogs in the dust by winning 2 out of the 3 games in the series. Friday was the only day the Razorbacks came out victorious, and after that, the men lost their momentum. LSU's starting pitcher Eric Walker shut out the Hogs on Sunday, leaving 2 for the Tigers and nothing for the Hogs on the scoreboard. Due to the loss, Arkansas's overall record now sinks to 25-8, and their conference record sits at 8-4. After this wipeout, you might see the Hogs bounce back from it in their single game against Missouri State on Tuesday. Last Saturday, the Razorbacks held their first spring scrimmage this year inside Donald W. Reynolds Stadium. The team has completed 6 out of 15 scheduled practices that lead up to the highly anticipated annual red and white game. Head coach Brett Bielema released an official 2017 spring practice schedule along with the date of the red and white game, which is set for April 29th. This will be the 5th red and white game under Bielema, and last year the red team defeated the white team 39-21. This year's kickoff is set for noon, and admission is free to the public. And taking things a different route tonight, we're going to talk some hockey. The 2017 Stanley Cup playoffs are underway, and the bracket is loaded with big talent. Last year's Cup winners, the Pittsburgh Penguins, are back again, and they are accompanied by the popular Chicago Blackhawks, Toronto Maple Leafs, and the St. Louis Blues, just to name only a few of the 16 total teams. For the first time since the 1969 season, the 2016 playoffs were dominated by only American teams. However, this year, 5 Canadian teams have made the cut once again. The next games to watch in the series start April 12th. On Saturday, an old player but a new face finally earned his green jacket. 37-year-old Sergio Garcia won the Masters with a defining 9 under par. Garcia went into a playoff against Justin Rose and sunk a 12-foot birdie putt to give him his first ever major title. Garcia finally defeated his 71st major as a professional golfer, and this win took place nearly 18 years after Garcia fell short to Tiger Woods in the PGA Championship. I'd say this ultimate victory was definitely worth the wait. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. I'm Caroline Hickman. Be sure to follow at UATV Sports on Twitter to keep up with what's going on in the sports world. And when we come back, we will have one last look at your weather.
All right, guys, I'm here with your current conditions. It is 71 outside with a low of 43, mostly clear, so it's really nice out. You're feeling that good weather. Tonight's a great night to go outside and do some outdoor activities, maybe take a trip up to Mount Sequoia, or just head outside to do some good, nice homework. Anything you want to do tonight, tonight's the night to do it. It's beautiful out. That's all I have for your current conditions. Back to you guys at the desk.
The Little Rock Zoo welcomes a new addition to the herbivore family. 10-year-old Ndazi is a black rhinoceros that was transferred from the Atlanta Zoo. Zookeepers plan to acclimate Ndazi slowly to ensure her health. Black rhinos are critically endangered with only about 5,000 left in the wild, according to the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. Well, that's all that we have for UATV tonight. I'm Destiny Washington.
And I'm Chandler Carson. Make sure to follow us on UATV social media accounts. And thank you to everybody who tuned in via Facebook Live tonight. It's our first time using it, and I'm so happy to see that we had so many people go on to. We had many Facebook Lives. We're going to continue to use Facebook Live as we expand our social media aspect of the show. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight on all aspects of social media.
All right, you guys have a good night.
And make sure to tune in tomorrow.